What's going on, guys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we have a meta squad builder for 150k, and obviously perfect timing. People are selling their squads for team of the year, and of course people are also coming new to the game. You know, people are getting the game on Christmas time, getting their PS5s very recently. So this would be a good 150k squad builder for those that want to maybe get a good rank in the weekend league, haven't got the coins, maybe are starting or haven't got a team for a team of the year. Now we start with the 4-5-1. Now this would be for the formations, in particular the 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2 and a 4-3-3. I'll show you how everyone gets full chemistry as well, and how you get the 100 chemistry in total. We're going to start off with the 4-5-1 because that is the best one to get chemistry for this formation. Now, in terms of CDM, the 150k squad, I would like to say the first thing you want to get is you want to get a top tier player, someone like Kante. But the truth is, if you haven't got enough money with 150k, you just can't afford him. One player that's worth more than your entire budget is really hard, and it's not feasible for you to do. So the best thing you can do is get the next best option. Now, this is where I would say my kind of prowess comes with playing players off chemistry, and I think it's the Golovin card. Now, this Golovin card might be one of the best CDM cards. I'll explain to you how he gets chemistry in game and how this all happens. But this Golovin card might be one of the best cards that money can actually buy. Now, why is he so good? Is very simply because he's high, 4-star, 5'11", so he can defend, but he can also go forward. But you leave him on stay back with his shadow. Look at those stats. Very good sprint speed, acceleration, good agility and balance for distribution, good ball control, dribbling for bringing the ball forward, decent short passing. But look at his defensive and physical stats: 92 aggression, 96 stamina, 87 stand tackling, 87 interceptions, and he's 5'11". This is basically like a cheap Kante, and you can argue in some ways even better than Kante. So it's definitely our card I would recommend. So our CDM is sorted out. So the rest of the spine, we need a good striker, and that's when the likes of someone like Ben Yedder comes into the team. And Ben Yedder has always been a very good card. He's never actually been a bad card. He has been a bit nerfed this year, I suppose you can say, compared to normal. But we've gone with the gold card, but I still think it's a top tier card, especially in bad gameplay. Good agility and balance. Good sprint speed. You put a hunter on him with the finishing, high finishing, with the sprint speed, it becomes a top player, especially in striking. And don't forget, 4-star, 5-star, with that 5-star weak foot being the most important thing. Then we go over to defense. Now we want a good defender, so we want ideally one good centre back. Now in the event of playing players on chemistry, we're going to go with Gomez, a very cheap and very good defense. Don't forget, players like Joe Gomez, even used by some of the top tier players, just for the simple fact they're so cheap, and he has everything you want. He's got the pace, he's got the dribbling, and he's actually got the defending and physical. Now this is the thing, when you have a player like this, it's hard to get just pace or just defending. You have to get a good combination. So this is one of the cards that can have it. And then for the goalkeeper, we've gone with De Gea. Now this is where it comes about building up the rest of the team. De Gea, in my opinion, is one of the best goalkeepers in the game. You can use Pope if you want to, but De Gea is probably one of my favourite players, and I think I've used him for a very long time. Even in my mains, I'm using him right now. He is honestly that good. But if we go around to the rest of the team, let's say we want to go over to the other striker. So I want another card as a winger, or even a can. I've gone with Dembele, especially for this budget. Dembele is still being used very much on the wing, just because he's very good. Of course, he's 5-star, almost everything you want from an attacking player. I've actually had countless numbers of Dembele. I had him for about 300 games. I sold that Dembele and I got a new one on tradable. 5-star, high, medium, a perfect winger, good agility and balance, very good sprint speed. You put a finisher on him, or even a Deadeye, and he becomes an exceptional card for either a cam or a second striker, or even a winger. And then we're going to match that up with someone on the other side, and that's going with Rashford. Now this is where the large chunk of our coins go. Rashford is still a top tier player to be played as a winger, as a second striker. He can basically play anywhere. I think just for the price around 40k now, coming towards team of the year, he's a very much a feasible card. Good sprint speed, good natural, good finishing, good agility, decent balance, good stamina, but more importantly, again, 5-star, 4-star. On the other side, this time with the 5-star skill moves and a 4-star weak foot, impeccable on the wing, even better in striker. It depends where you want to play him, but we'll get onto that in a second. And then to link, so once you have Rashford in our team, we ideally want someone. Okay, so now we've got 3 attacking players for the 4-3-3, but we want some diverse players. Now the other player I want to go with is Sissoko. I wanted to put Sissoko next to Golovin because Golovin is a bit more of a defensive player, and I think Sissoko has been one of the most overpowered players for the last 2 years. He's naturally got everything you want, especially for a box-to-box centre mid. You put a shadow on him with high work rate, 6'2", could command the centre of the pitch, 84 sprint speed, fantastic physical and defending. Don't forget the passing stats, like short passing, stand taking. The individual stats are what's the most important. Don't look at someone's defending and think, oh, he's got 77 defending. He could have 90. He can have 99 stand tackling and only 50 heading accuracy, but heading accuracy is not important. So always look at the inside stats. A shadow on this card, a top tier CDM and centre mid, and a box to box midfielder. Now to add this all together, there's two players. You can go with Martial for another winger, or you can go with Lucas Moura. I would go with, personally, Lucas Moura, but just in the element of keeping players on chemistry, we're going to put Martial, but I'll explain to you how you can do Lucas Moura in a second. So we have that sorted. Then it comes to the back line. One centre-back that's actually one of the best centre-backs in the game. And in fact, he's actually so good, I brought him into my team right now, considering I got a 4 million coin team, and I want Wan-Bissaka. Now we're going to start him as a right back because we're going to move him to centre back in game. But he's going to start as a right back, that way he's got full chemistry. Just look at his stats. If you ever wonder, what about this guy? Why should I play him over a centre back? Just look at this guy's stats on, imagine, on 5 chemistry or 6 chemistry in this case. Look at his sprint speed, look at the defending, and look at the physicality. Name me one centre back that's better than this. He's even better than Gomez. He's even better than Gomez, but people are so paranoid with chemistry that they completely just disagree with it. But once you use him, once you kind of get over that mental barrier that people are going to feel like the game has gone against you, once you get over that barrier, you'll definitely see how he will basically carry you in defense. For the right back, we've gone with the best right back in the game, in my opinion, which is Nelson Semedo. Two centre backs I've used this year is Rebecca Cuadrado and Semedo. I think Semedo is probably the best right back in the game. Probably one of my favourite players, even in centre back. You can see how many games he's played for me. I think it speaks for itself. And then going to the left back position, we have gone with Telles, because we are left foot on the left hand side, and that's how we've gone with Telles. So how does this all look like in game? So this is a team, as you can see. He's probably thinking, whoa, what's the chemistry going on? Why is there no chemistry here? Well, don't worry, this is just obviously players out of position. If we then change to FUTBin, you can see the entire team. As you can see, we get 100 chemistry, and if you want to reduce this price down to about 100k, you can get Pope instead, and you can bring this down a bit more. Now Martial is a good card, but you can of course go with Lucas Moura, which in my opinion is a better winger, or you can put Lucas Moura here. You still get 97, well, I suppose you can say you get just a tad bit less chemistry. You can get this in 96 with the Premier League manager if you really want to, but I think this is the way to go. But if not, we can go back with the default one. So how does this really work in game? How do we play it in a formation? Well, let's do this now. If we're going to be playing a 4-2-3-1, in my opinion, probably the best aspect to play, especially with a weaker team. You're going to be playing a solid formation. Ben Yedder and striker. I would say Rashford as a cam just behind him. And then what I'll do is I'll put Sissoko in CDM with Golovin. Wan-Bissaka centre back with Gomez. And Golovin and Sissoko together. Ben Yedder striker and Rashford as a cam. Rashford is a good playmaker, especially with a dead-eye chemistry style. I think he's really, really good. I'd say both Hunter and... I would say Hunter for Dembele and Martial if you're kind of a pace user, someone that uses pace a lot. I think that's a really good setup. If you do like to cut on the inside, don't forget Dembele's got a 5-star weak foot, so you can leave it like that. That's the best way I would say. If you're going to be playing a 4-4-2, which is another very good formation, I would do the exact same thing, except for I'll go with the Rashford and I'll go with Ben Yedder and striker. One with a 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, and one with 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. Really, really good dynamic. And don't forget the 73 chemistry. Don't forget this is your in-game formation. I've explained this 1,000 times. This is only your in-game formation, so the starting chemistry is the most important. That's why I went over that in the beginning. If you are going to be playing a 4-3-3, now this is where things get a bit complicated now. In a 4-3-3, what you could do is you could get rid of Martial, and if you put Martial, so you put something like Pogba in that centre mid role, you can put Pogba in midfield, and you can do something like this, and you can play Golovin as that CDM. And you can play Ben Yedder in striker and Rashford and Dembele on the wing. Now, if you're going to be playing some of my formations like the 3-5-2, I would say be very, very careful. With this formations like the 3-5-2, stamina is going to be a big, big thing. So if you are going to be playing a 3-5-2, there's only one way you can do it, in my opinion, is if you do something like this. Let's put Martial back in, or Lucas Moura, if you want to use Lucas Moura. I think you realistically have to put Rashford, as I said, on the wing, and then you'll do something like this. Something like this, sorry. So Martial on a wing, should I say, and Dembele in striker, and Rashford can either go on a wing or in striker. I think this is the best because Ben Yedder, well, you can put Ben Yedder in a striker and you can put Rashford in cam, but problem is that Rashford is going to come back on the fence, so do bear that in mind. If you put them all three on the stay forward, you can do this, but obviously Ben Yedder and Dembele's stamina isn't that high, so you can still use a 3-5-2. But I would say, of course, do bear that in mind. Take that with a grain of salt. But as that is the formation, I would say for 150k team, it was just a bit under, almost around 100, well, range between 120 to 150k. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this cheap meta team, and don't forget I do have a second channel, NealGuides. If you haven't subbed to my second channel, make sure you do NealGuides too. I'll be uploading more squad builders and more formation videos and stuff like that on this channel if you do want to go ahead and see that. And I do of course 6 PM reviews as well. But thanks for watching guys. Link is down below in the description, should I say, for my second channel. And don't forget to subscribe to our main channel for more content like this and more squad builders. Thanks for watching guys, take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.